Hi, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today in front of us we have the R91 Espresso machine by Rocket, made in Italy. Today we're going to go over a couple features on the machine and as well as plumbing it in and the importance before you plumb in this machine. As I've said in other videos, always use the machine for a minimum of 3 weeks in tank mode when you have a tank machine that can be plumbed, because if the water is too pure, purified, distilled, RO, the machine can overfill and you can have water all over your counter, all over your floor. Okay, so take that as a warning, but please heed my advice because it works. I don't just say it for the heck of it. And if you go to the instruction manual, here in page 44, it says, use fresh filtered water. Now, filtered doesn't mean purified, okay? Bad taste, odor, some hard deposits, bad stuff. That's what filters take out. They don't soften the water. They don't take out the magnesium or the manganese and the calcium and some of the stubborn minerals that will build up in your machine. But it says actually here, do not use distilled water, okay? And I even have videos that say, don't use distilled water where you add minerals back in, because when people buy more of that stuff, I see an uptick in problems literally within 2 weeks or up to 6 months after using those minerals. And some people, or well, I say reformulated waters. I'm not a big believer in it yet until I can find the perfect water. Some people have success. There are a lot of people that we've sold machines to that don't have success. And guess who they call for the problems? Not the company who makes the minerals. They call us because it's the machine, when really it's the water. So that's number one. Now, when you plumb in the machine, they really don't give any recommendations as far as waterline pressure. So I'm going to go with our standard of between 35 and 40 PSI. If you go over 40 PSI, won't necessarily cause damage in the beginning, but it can with enough high pressure, 60 to 80 PSI, you may start pushing valves open or start creating leakage somewhere. If you go under 35 PSI, then you may cause a cavitation in the tubing. The pump is trying to pull in the water. The waterline pressure is not enough. So get yourself a pressure regulator. In the bottom below on our YouTube channel, you'll see a link for commercial install instructions. And this is considered a commercial machine, the way it's built. So just keep that in mind with waterline pressure, and also get a water treatment system, not filtration. Again, filtration doesn't soften water. A water treatment system not only takes out the bad stuff, but also reduces the calcium, manganese, and magnesium. And I think magnesium is pretty good for the coffee, and you want some of that in your water. Now, a really interesting thing that I learned on this machine, and what I really like is the design of the drip tray on this particular machine. Take the drip tray out, not the easiest thing, but you lift it up, and if you look behind here, okay, when you're not draining it, you could basically pour out the stuff that ended up in your drip tray. Water, coffee, grinds, whatever. And also probably what comes out through the solenoid valve. Okay, so with that in mind, when this filled up with water, I was like, wow, this is a great feature. Everything comes right out here. You don't have to spill it out through here. I really like that feature. Okay, if you're going to drain the machine, there's a little nut here. So look, I just spilled a little water. I'm going to go that way. There is a nut here. Make sure I have the right wrench. I may not. Okay, that one's not correct. Okay, there's still a little water in there. It's probably a little bigger. It's probably a 14 millimeter to take this out. And then that creates the hole, okay, where it's going to go into this tray, okay? Now, this tray is not removable, so this one might be a little bit more difficult if you want to clean it, especially if it drains into here. From here, okay, and the tools that I have, I have a clamp with a Phillips head screwdriver, and you have the hose that's included, and you can snake this in, okay, to the back side. You put the clamp in place, and this is for draining. Okay, and I'm going to try to do this from the front. And basically, you're going to attach this hose and put the clamp over it. Now, this hose will be twisted. The 3 weeks that you're not draining and plumbing, let it sit out so it stretches out and comes out straight. Okay, and then when you run hot water through this, it will straighten out even further. So you'll basically take that clamp, the hose right there, and you will tighten the clamp so it stays in place and creates a good seal. Okay, so now in the back, and I have a 20 millimeter wrench, 17 millimeter, and I have a 13 millimeter. The hose gets connected in the back here, okay, and that's used at a 13 millimeter to tighten it. And you don't need any O-rings, you don't need any plumber's tape. This is going to be a hard metal-to-metal seal on that end. On the other side, they did an expansion adapter here, and also looks like a large particle filter. So, and I'm not sure if this is a one-way direct valve, but if you need to tighten the smaller nut, it's a 17 millimeter here. And if you need to go to the larger, you're going to about 19 to 20. 19 didn't fit, so 20 is a little larger, so it's probably an MPT fitting, not a BSPP. A lot of times you have BSPP fittings. If you're attaching to this end here, it's probably better to get John Guess or BSPP fitting, or an MPT that you're going to cross-thread. So get something that's of plastic, and you may need to Teflon tape or plumber's tape this part right here. And then to attach that, okay, you're going to need 2 people. I'm only here by myself. Turn the machine around. This machine is plugged in, and you want to do it when it's not plugged in so you don't burn yourself. Okay, and then you'll take this hose right here, and the connection is right here. Now, you may need another person to lift up the machine a little bit. If you're by yourself, you can bring it towards the edge of the counter, and this swivels right here for the plumbing. And you just get it started right here, and then you'll finish off with the crescent wrench. And then again, tank mode for a minimum of 3 weeks. And basically, that's how simple it is to plumb it in. Again, regulate the waterline pressure, have a water treatment system in place as well. And like this, with the water treatment, you should have less problems. Once again, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment. Thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Also, not only just like us on social media and follow us, but also share us on social media so everyone can learn more. As you're better educated, you will make better espresso and also enjoy the machine longer. As always, they say, coffee first, everything else second. Take care.